Hey, how's it going, everyone? It's Pat here. I know I haven't made a video in quite some time. It's has had some strange past couple of weeks. Mom was in and out of the hospital, and I had a Canada trip for a little bit. So yeah, I haven't really done one of these in a while, but you'll be hearing a lot more from me probably going forward from this week as we go into nationals. As you guys know, me and the rest of Shenron's Lair are prepping really hard for that event. Hopefully, we have a good showing. But the purpose of this video that I wanted to make has to do with the fact that last week Jim announced some side events for the Nationals tournament, one of which is a $25 draft pod. I don't know exactly what the prizes are, I don't remember, but this immediately raised a pretty big issue with me, and that is, what format are we drafting here? Are we going to do a draft box 3 format, which is, World Martial Arts Tournament plus set 4, which is, the draft sets that I went over here on this channel? Because if we are going to use that as the format, then that's absolutely fine. But I feel like most players are going to want to try and get as much product of set 5 as possible if they, haven't gotten enough of it, before the event even starts. I would feel like set 5, since it's the new hot thing, would be the thing that everybody would want to draft. And if that's the case, then that presents a very unique issue that I don't think a lot of people are thinking about, and I'm making this video to kind of call attention to that issue in hopes that we can come to kind of like a gentleman's agreement or get a fix for set 5 draft format. Because as cool as a lot of the cards are in set 5, and as cool as the mechanics are in set 5, I do not feel that the set functions correctly, largely because of the cards that you see on your screen here. Wish leaders. I feel like wish leaders are a very they're going to be very poor in draft, and considering they make up about half of the leaders in Series 5, it's not really good. The draft rules currently, when you open your first pack in a draft pod, you must take the leader and announce it for everybody, which is a twofold problem. One, wish leaders require Dragon Balls, which are commons in the the packs themselves. Realistically, you can expect to see a Dragon Ball probably 1 in every 2 to 1 in every 3 packs. So there are going to be 24 packs in a draft pod. So realistically, you can expect probably maybe 8 Dragon Balls in a draft pod. If everybody announces their leader at the start of a pod, if at least 2 people in your 4-man pod have announced a wish leader, it becomes virtually impossible for both players in the pod to awaken their leader. They're not going to be able to draft enough Dragon Balls because the 2 players will split it. And even if that wasn't the case, one person announcing a Dragon Ball or a wish leader, such as Son Gohan or these Pilafs or Sorbet, I could just hate draft 1 Dragon Ball from you. And realistically, your deck no longer functions unless you are willing to dedicate a pick to another, double-sided card, another leader, and that's not good. That's really bad for the draft experience. So my proposal for Nationals for this draft pod is either, one, we're going to play draft box 3. It stinks. It's not the best, but I think that that's the only real way you can have a competitive draft format. Or 2, and this is another method I would like to see, is we use the gentleman's agreement to just make it so that you can just play 7 Dragon Balls. Treat the Dragon Balls as basic lands. So, yeah, this Dragon Ball here. Just treat this Dragon Ball, the 0-cost one, as a basic land. And what I mean by that is, for those of you who don't play Magic, you can only use the cards you draft in Magic, but basic lands are cards you can use from outside of your draft pool to build your deck. You always have access to them. So it's kind of like a gentleman's agreement, like I said, where if somebody opens a wish leader, they are entitled to get 7 Dragon Balls so that they can actually have a functioning draft deck. And for the most part, I don't even really feel like it makes it unfair in draft, because you're only building 40 card decks. If you dedicate 7 slots to Dragon Balls, you're not going to have the consistency in fixing to search the Dragon Balls first off. So you're going to be slow off the gate in Awakening. And decking yourself is a very real possibility if you have 7 Dragon Balls in your deck. So, it's just something I wanted to bring to everyone's attention. We can discuss it, come up with something. Draft box 3 is by far the easiest method, unless we announce that in advance that the Dragon Balls here, the zero cost Dragon Ball common, players can bring 7 of them from outside of the draft and use them to construct their deck. So there you go. Those are basically the 2 scenarios we're presented with. I'd like some kind of clarification from ARG or Bandai as to what the format's going to be for draft. Like I said, I'm pretty sure it's just going to be draft box 3 because it's the easiest way to sidestep the situation. But if we really do want to, as a community, play with Series 5 for draft at the Nationals event or going forward, I really think we should just have this agreement that you can just bring 7 Dragon Balls from outside the draft and you don't have to worry about actually drafting them. Alright guys, so that's going to be it for me. You will be hearing from me a lot more in the coming days. I'm probably going to be throwing up another article on Matt's Patreon, so be on the lookout for that because, as you guys know, he's pretty bogged down with a lot of stuff at work. And then obviously I'm working real hard testing for Nationals, so not too many deck profiles I think. I just really want to keep it on the down low until after Nationals, but I do want to talk some theory. Richard Zapp and I have been discussing doing a part 2 to his original article about the art of the mulligan, so maybe we'll be doing something like that this week, and I'll try and bring some kind of content while I'm hanging out with Matt and Eric Malone this weekend as we do our hyperbolic time chamber kind of training for Nationals. Alright guys, that's been it for me. I'll see you guys next time.